Okay, I'm going to show you how to minimize your losses and why taking any real substantial losses is really not ever necessary. So what we're looking at here is the box, and you can see actually, just so that if you are not familiar with this, you see it basically, I can change that so it colors the candles the most recent signal. So when they're red, it means the last signal from the box was a sell. When they're blue, it means it was a buy. Of course, you can change all that in the settings over here. And then when they're inside of the box, it means that they're yellow and they're trading inside of that box. I'm going to turn that off for our purposes here. So right now, this is, it's Monday, May 11th. And we're looking at, this is the Globex session. So from Sunday night coming into Monday, we had a real nice run up. And then we had some selling that started in here. So we had the box up here. The way this works, the box populates, and then you get the arrow telling you to sell here. So this arrow would have populated right here. And the market was at 38.25, and it traded down to 27. So about 11, a little over 11 points down here to this lower target. And then this box populated and said to buy. And you would have gotten that right here. The market was trading at 39.25, and you can see it came down, came back up to 42, so almost 3 points from where it gave the signal originally. And then what I'm looking at is that I want to enter as close to here as possible. So how I'm going to trade this one is I want to really get into this trade. There's the signal. And sometimes that's all you get, like over here, and you just have to get in it. So just depends on your account size and how much you actually have access to in your account. But I really want to buy it here at the top of the box. And in the event that it came back to the middle, I would want to buy it there as well. So how I would handle this is I'd be long right here when it came down here, and then I'd be trying to get long right here, but that didn't happen. And so it came back up and then came down, and then this would need to hold. And then what you can see is we broke below here, and then you see how we couldn't get back up above here and came back here. And you could have taken this trade off, no problem. You could have taken this trade off either, within a tick or two of where you got in it. And then this came down, there's your buy, it came down, we came back up, couldn't hold up here, and ended up breaking down here. You could try the bottom of the box, which is really where your risk would be a tick or two below the bottom of the box right here. So that's 30.5. We probed by that by a tick and then came back here. So what we're looking for is that even when this started to break here, we're at 34, and even down to here would be 31.5, but basically 32.25 if it bounced back up here. So you want to get these off within about a point or so of where you enter, and maybe really no more than 2 points. And then of course when it broke down here, there was the bounce back up and an opportunity that you could get short here. And that's a pretty, if this is really going to rally and make a move, this has really got to push up over here. And you just didn't get that. We just didn't get a big push over here. So it does this little bit, comes back, you can take it off. Goes like this, comes back, take it off. Goes up, comes back, take it off. The best signals work really pretty quickly from where you end up entering. So whether that's the top or the middle or the bottom. And then right off to the races here. Now let's just say worst case scenario, you ended up buying here and just blindly holding it for down here. You lost 7 points. But if you took this one short, you got 11 points over here. You gave 7 of it back right here. And then here's your short at 27.75. And that ended up running all the way down here to 28.89.75. So about 30 points from here down to here. Yeah, about a little over 30 points. So if you got short right here, and we ran all the way down here. So about 40 points actually on that move down there. So then we got the buy signal today. Now here, notice, let's just walk through this one, what I just said, the example I was giving you. So there's the buy signal. You can enter at the top of the box right there. And then it came back and it came down here. And then see, it doesn't really get any follow through and comes right back. And it gets kind of tempting, like, oh, maybe it's going to bounce back here and go. Well, it comes right to the middle. And then really the next thing they need to hold is it needs to go back up above the top and come back and hold at the top. And they didn't get that. So what does that tell us? Okay, back down to here. So they come to the bottom and then they end up holding that. Now look, if I take this out here a little bit further, see, once they held here, then they came back up. And I'm going to drag that out here a little bit more. See how they came down here, immediately reacted, came back, held here at the midpoint, held at the midpoint, and then finally they were able to move away from here. And if you notice right here, they still, a little bit later on, took a while, we broke here and they never really came back until right here they came back. And then there's your buy signal, or another opportunity to get long. So you're basically, you can get long here. That doesn't work. You get long here, doesn't work. You take it off at break even, take it off at break even, and then you get long here at 95.50, and that ends up running up all the way up here. That goes about 15, about 15 points up to here, and then it pulls back, and you have an opportunity. You can get long here in front of 99. The top of the box here was 99. 99 quarters the low there. So if you're a tick or two in front of that, you're getting long here, 99 quarter, and then riding that up. That's another, that's a 10-point move right there. And then this is great because this is really what I wanted to dive in and show you right here. So here's your sell order. And then here's a couple of things that I'm looking at. So see, this is the previous top of the box right here. And you'll notice we didn't get below that. So this is how you want to manage these, especially when it starts getting sideways like that. So here's the thing that I would notice about this. See how we held right here, and then we got a sell signal. So that's fine if you want to take that. So there's your sell signal. By the way, depending on wherever you entered here, here's the bottom of the box. Let's watch that. Here's the top of the box. And then here's the middle of the box. And what you can see right here, I'm going to draw right here a couple of things that I think we want to keep an eye on, which would be right here. And then right here, this swing. And this is how, if I'm trading the box, this is how I'm trading it. And then I look at the bodies of these and not so much the wicks on the tick chart. And then this would certainly be something to keep an eye on down here, down in that area. Anyway, that's the middle of the box, so I don't want to get too many prices on there. So here we have, you get your sell signal. I drew these in as previous areas of resistance, so we got to make sure, can we break above those and keep running higher? And then what happens is, so here's your sell signal right there. We come all the way down here, and we don't break any lower than this previous swing low. So we have a lower high than over here, and not really a problem yet, but not necessarily a good thing if you're a seller. So they come back up here and we have an opportunity that we can sell it. And that works for a little while, from 07 down to 03. So that moves about 4 points down to there and then comes back up. So if you got short right here, you just take this trade off a break even. And then they come up to here and they touch right there. If you got short here, it came down to the midpoint. Couldn't get below the midpoint. So when that comes back up, where's it going to go to? It's going to go back up into this area. Now, look, that took a long time to get back over there, clear back over to here. But this took a while. But when they don't hold here, we're going back up to the next area, which would be back up into this area. So no reason to hold on to this and turn it into a loser. So there's your buy signal. And now it gets a little tricky. But you have these your swing. So there's a swing right there. And then there's a swing. Now, yeah, they did come down here, but that breaking that does not really change the game or anything. This would be much more significant to take out. And then if you look here, if you do something like that, there's no, you can just kind of see the stair-stepping movement up. They come down here, they come down here, they're stair-stepping this higher. They come up to there, they're stair-stepping it higher. So you can really avoid these signals. Here's a sell signal, but let's just say you took all of them anyway. So here's a buy signal right here, and right there, there's your buy signal at 0875. That pops up 2 points, comes back, you take it off a break even, and then they come all the way down, they give you a sell signal, and there's your sell signal right there. That's the bottom of the box. You're able to get short at 05 half. That moves down to 02, 3.5 points. Doesn't give you a lower low than that low, and then comes back up. There's another buy signal, but look, that's not higher than here. So it would be really hard for me to take a buy right there, not breaking back out above there. So maybe I want to try and buy it lower. And then you get a sell signal over here, and this is what I've warned about with the box, is that it's not meant for these range-bound markets, and you got to have some ability to distinguish when we're in a range-bound market and notice, okay, it's giving me a sell, a buy, a sell, a buy, a sell, a buy, but look what the market's doing, constantly moving higher right here. So what do I want to do? I want to stick with this. What's the market doing? It's moving higher. So that means if it's giving me these sell signals, I'm either not taking them until we break down lower. And you know how I would be handling it is that if we were to break below here like that and come back up, and I could short one of these areas up here for another move down. That's how I would want to handle something like that. So for me, all of this is a buy, and this is just better opportunities to get in on a buy, given that higher, so high, there's a low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and then they come finally back up to here, kind of a moment of truth, maybe an opportunity that you can short it up here if you want. You're short at 1175, they come all the way back down to, they move 3.5 points away and come right back through this, back up into this area, and then we're in this buy still from over here. So there's your buy right there, and then there's your pullback, and we're getting long off the top of the box at 0875, and then look at the run up today. There's another signal on the box. There's your signal, pulls back, gives you a nice entry off the top. And so all the way from down here at 0875, all the way back up to 37. That's a 21 point trade. Sorry, that's from 08 from down here all the way up to 37. It's a 29 point trade. And, you know, really, really nice move up to there. And then we get a short right here, and that short ends up working out from 31, goes all the way down to 24, so about 7 points. And then this is another really great example right here. We had this high back over here, and you see we didn't break back above that high, but we got this buy signal. So how I'm treating that is I'm looking at where's the top of the box, where's the middle of the box, and where's the bottom of the box. And then what you'll notice is that even here, when you get a buy signal, you can buy it on the pullback, doesn't get back above there, not a good sign. So the next place to buy would be take that off at break even and rebuy it down here at 32 quarter, right down here, when it pulls back down here. That bounces up like that and then ends up coming back down. So here's the last, kind of the last chance to buy would be at 31. And then that doesn't work. They bounce it a little bit, can't get back up above here, take it off a break even. We get the sell signal, and then it's kind of off to the races for the sellers. They come up and they test the middle of the box. We're short from 32 quarter. They come down, You could take some of that off if you wanted, a 5-point profit. You can add more on a bounce here at 31. And then into the close, they sold off nicely down here to 17. So basically another short from 32 all the way down to 17. And I didn't add it all up, but probably 50 to 70 points today if you're just managing the trades on the box the way that I just walked through. And I'll put a link here below the video. You can go try the box out for a month. And you know, this is really just a phenomenal tool at picking out these high probability prices in the market. And oh, and there we have it again. So there's another, we have this signal right here, and short here from the bottom of the box at 26.50 all the way down to 12.75. So there's another 14 points or something on that move right there during the Globex. So this thing's very good at picking out these big movements, and that's really what it's designed to do. And then what you need to get proficient at is when it's doing this, you either need to leave it alone or get good at knowing, okay, I want to buy all these dips because the market's still moving higher, and you know, sort of adjusting the box to your own, what you can see with your eyes. Like, okay, great, there's that first thing. So maybe I don't want to be getting long unless we can, maybe you need to extend the box down and go, all right, I don't want to get long, or I don't want to get short until we break below there, since that was the low of that swing, and then we broke out. And then maybe you go, all right, and if you don't want to trade it, you just go, and I don't want to get long until we get up above there. And then what happens is, so let me erase all of this and run through this one last scenario here so you can really see this. Whoop. Wow. Okay. Remove. There we go. Wow, that was a struggle for a minute. Okay, so here's the box, all right, right there. And here's your first swing low on the box right there on your sell signal. And then look, they give you a buy signal, and then this is kind of your first clue here that it's choppy. You go, okay, there's your sell signal, there's your buy signal. Now you can do one of two things. You can either leave it alone and not trade it till we break below here, and then you can start going short below here, or you can go long once we get up above over here. So if you're not going to be really proactive in managing your trades and getting them off, and you know, you might have to try it 3 or 4 times, then wait until we break either the low, the first swing low, or the first swing high after the box forms and we get that signal. And then what you'll notice is there's the first time we broke. They pulled back to the top of the box. Really nice entry, off to the races, nearly 30 points on that trade. And that's how you stay out of this. So if you went short here, there's plenty of time. You shouldn't have turned this into a loser. There was plenty of opportunity. You could have shorted any of these in here, here, any of those in there, and had plenty of time to get them off a break even, and even made some money on them. And then there's your buy signal, and you go, okay, so maybe you try it long, and then we don't get up above here, and we come back and we reverse, and you go, all right, so now we've had a sell and a buy, and it's choppy, so I'm drawing in the top and the bottom, and I'm not going to trade it until we break one of those. And the other way to do it would be to trade it and just be proactive about how you're managing your trades. Anyway, so that didn't work. That worked really great here. This sell signal went for a little bit. The buy signal went up a little bit, came back. Great. I'm not going to trade it till we break one of these. There's the break. The break is not the trade. You wait for it breaks out, and you wait for the pullback. You get the pullback to the top of the box. You're long, and there you go. The break is not the trade. A lot of traders want to try and buy it right here, but then when it comes down here, they get shaken out. You're down 2.5 points. That's not the way. That's not the trade. It breaks. It pulls back. There's your trade. Now you're long. There's the run. Okay? So that's how you want to handle that. Most of the time, it's going to look like that. Break, pull back. There's the run. Now, it doesn't mean you can't trade it over here on that, but in a case like this, there's no reason to try and chase it here. It broke. It pulled right back. 30-point run. So if you have questions, feel free to let us know. And the box is so good in these markets. Go get it, start using it. And we have a ton of training available for you. Let us know if you have any questions, and we're happy to help however we can.